The very definition of a self-regulating format is kind of like having a dealer who is a police officer and a judge at the same time. It doesn't matter what I sell. I'm not going to arrest me. And if I did, I'll overrule it.
You're playing a Mana Crypt in a school zone?
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
When it comes to casual formats and having a tournament, and we're talking about EDH, obviously, as opposed to a 60-card format.
Right.
I don't know about you. How many 60-card format tournaments have you been into?
Two.
Two. Okay. And how did those turn out for you? What was your experience?
I lost a lot. So yeah, there wasn't really like a meet up and play casually. It was just a tournaments where I could go. That was my only chance of playing.
Yeah.
And so that was my first really like experience with Magic was tournament.
What format did you play?
Modern. Yeah.
How long ago was this?
7 years ago.
Was grief a card at that point?
I have no idea, dude.
Okay.
I said I wasn't good. I didn't know the cards.
Sounds good. Well, there was a time where there was grief ruled the world, and it was not just the feeling you got; it was also the card. So, I think like if we're looking at tournament-wise with 4 play in a free-for-all tournament, I don't think it's it's possible, but there's going to be way too much. It's hard to gauge it, right? Because in a casual format, there shouldn't be like tournament rules.
Yeah, it's the goal of the format is just different, right? EDH, you're going there for a casual experience. You're going there for deck expression. You're going there for just to hang out with some buddies and chat while you're playing a game. At least that's most people's experience. If you're looking to just optimize and win in EDH, we already have that. It's called CEDH.
CEDH, yeah, exactly.
So, but that's usually what tournaments' goals are. Like you have a meta that pops up because you're trying to optimize everything.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of deck expression, but not at the expense of optimization usually. But I feel like we spend a lot of time in EDH for deck expression rather than optimization. And if you're going to flip those, then you can do CDH. So if you're going to do tournament, CDH is already built for that, but casual EDH is not because you're giving up optimization for deck expression.
And so, like, we had the opportunity to run a turn where we didn't run it, but we were looking at the options of having a different type of format in our game store.
Right.
And there was a lot of different opinions on how it should be held, what's going to break the format, and there were a lot of really good examples and reasons why you can and you can't.
Right. Well, creating a custom ban list for a casual format is just an insurmountable challenge, I feel, because the goal for the ban list is what?
It's supposed to be to maximize fun and to eliminate feel bads, right?
Yeah, but what's fun and feel bads for other people might not be for others.
Agreed.
And if you're just going to ban very optimized cards, like if you're going to ban Thassa's Oracle, very common CEDH card, but you get rid of that. That's just a win con for drawing your whole deck.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to ban drawing your whole deck as a win? Like is that what you're trying to do with the ban list? So it's hard. Like, are you banning ways of playing? Are you banning the time it takes to win? Because if the goal is just to win as soon as possible, no matter what, no matter what format you're in, then that's what every other game is trying to. That's what every format is trying to do.
Exactly.
But if you're trying to limit a casual format like EDH, you're just getting rid of specific play styles, which will just create a weird meta. And it's to me it's weird. I don't know how you accomplish that.
It doesn't. For me, it doesn't make sense at all. If you're looking for competition, there are plenty of tournaments. There are plenty of formats for it. There's no need to try to muddy the waters of the casual night and to optimize it. If you're really struggling and you really think that is the methodology of how you want to do it, optimize your deck, go into another format. Either do CEDH or play in your 60 card formats. I mean, because that's where you're going to get that competitive bug bit, right?
Right. So that's something that is interesting. Commander is extremely popular, extraordinarily popular above all other formats.
Ridiculous.
And so I feel that the competitive players are almost funneled into Commander out of their will.
They have to be.
My only thing for bringing that up is just some people would love to get into Modern or Standard if the support was there or the numbers.
The support is there, but the numbers aren't.
Yeah. As much as I love Commander, and I do love Commander, it is a hard format to regulate, which makes it...
Especially when it's self-regulated by 4 different people with 4 different ideas.
Oh, yeah. So, and then we have the Commander Rules Committee.
Yeah.
The Commander Rules Committee has their guidelines that they have up on their website, which is a lot of it is they look for just the outliers, the straight out outliers that they feel are just way too impactful to the game, but they leave up most of the banning decisions to their pods.
Exactly.
Which, like you're saying, self-regulated. It has 4 people, 4 different play styles, 4 different ideas, all coming together to try and have an equally matched game so that they avoid, feel bads, making pub stomping, all that jazz. And so you end up with a format that is just, if you're like, that's the reason why I build so many decks, is because I don't want to be that person who shows up with a single power level deck who's just, especially like low or high, who's just, this is what I brought, deal with it.
And that's, and so if we look at like the very definition of self-regulating, yes, the very definition of a self-regulating format is kind of like having a drug dealer who is a police officer and a judge at the same time. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I sell to you. I'm not going to arrest me. And if I did, I'll overrule it. So
but I will arrest you.
Yeah, but I will arrest you because you're doing things that I don't like. You're doing other drugs.
Sorry, you're
doing other things that you shouldn't be doing, and so it's impossible.
You're playing a mana crypt in a school zone.
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
And so those are the things. Like it'll never in an unregulated format. I don't think the tournament level is ever playable. I just don't. And that's where I think, like, when it comes down to it, like, the very crux of this whole conversation, we need to have the tournament formats.
Agreed.
In conjunction with because that's going to make the casual formats fun. If you get it out of your system, and whether that be your CEDH, whether that be standard, modern, pioneer, pre-modern, popper, whatever it is you play as a tournament, play it. We're all supportive of that. That's just going to make the game, the Commander format, a lot better. Because then you're going to really want to dink around and have a good time. As opposed to looking to win, you're looking to have a good time.
I would love to see, and obviously it'll just depend on which play groups and which stores and what's the vibe there, but I would love to see us go back to Standard is the center point of Magic, and Commander is the fun stuff you do on the side.
It is, yes, and I agree with you. I really do miss it, but it's starting to come back. So either way, it's going good.
We're excited. We love Commander. We love Standard. We love
That's
Modern.
Right. We love Magic, dude.
We love Magic. I say we love it. I haven't played Standard or Modern in years.
Well, I truly do love this stupid game.